In 1984, Ronald Reagan's campaign rocked to the sounds of Born in the USA, with giant flags streaming and corny synthesizer echoing. So what if the song was a working man's anthem more fit for the Clintons? The 80s weren't a time for thinking. With 30 million in record sales, 10 top 40 hits, and an Annie Leibovitz-designed cover featuring a blue jean butt and ambiguous flag desecration, Born in the USA is an icon of the Morning in America years. Pitchfork only called it the 56th best album of the 80s, so we wanted to assess it for ourselves. And how better to listen than with the boss itself, Patron Tequila. So, pour yourself a glass and let's visit the Reagan years. It's time for episode 48 of Toasting the Classics, Born in the USA.
Welcome back to Toasting the Classics.
Toasting the Classics must be a podcast. From that pithy title, what do we do on this podcast here?
Well, this is the podcast where we take something that somebody made. People report to be a classic, and we look at it, we dance with it,
That's right.
we
turn it
taste
around from a
it.
couple different directions.
Exactly.
We see what it looks like in the low light. We see what it looks like in the twilight. We
See what it looks like naked.
We close our eyes and feel it all
Right.
over to see what it's like.
Yeah. We
get
put it behind one of those
angle.
screens, we backlight it so it's nude as it's changing clothes.
Daguerreotype of it. We do a silhouette.
All that stuff. And then we decide whether it's classic or not because we are...
It's daguerreotype, isn't it? Yeah.
Between the two of us, we have like 40-something years education at least. Right. And so we decide
Mine's all on the mean streets, though. I don't know if that counts.
Mean streets?
Mine's just prison time. It's just making Pruno and stuff like that. I don't know. None of it's proper education.
I always wanted to try Pruno. Anyway.
Have you ever seen Oz? That's pretty much my education there. Yeah.
Wizard of? I've seen that.
Yes, the Wizard. Yes, the Judy Garland. The Judy Garland vehicle.
I'm Clint Lanier.
Dave McArthur.
Welcome to Toasting Classics. So this episode, we are doing a free form. What we call a free form. And
free choice.
Free choice, rather.
Free choice. I could do anything. I could choose any media on this planet.
Any.
I have a bias on these weeks towards albums. I think we've done great episodes on albums. I love to do a deep dive learning about a new album. I love to listen to an album that I haven't gotten to do before. So I got online and I looked up, just off the top of my head, best albums of the 80s. And I came up with a little record.
Don't tell me. Erasure. Huh?
I tried to discover. I love Erasure. Come on.
It's a great song, right?
No, it wasn't Erasure.
Right.
It wasn't Erasure. I didn't see them listed, weirdly enough.
When
There's a couple
Rome,
new orders.
I can keep going.
When in Rome. Is that The Promise?
That's
I
The
love
Promise.
that song. I love that. Don't
See,
knock that
this is
song.
all the great stuff.
That is a great song.
But none of them were the best albums of the 1980s, were they?
This was one of the best albums of the 80s. It actually only came in at 56 that I looked at.
Not surprising.
I think probably should have been better than that, just for the cultural impact overall.
There's a lot of competition in the 80s. We had
There's
Thriller.
a lot of competition.
Thriller had to be like top 10, right?
Thriller was number 2.
Okay. What was number 1?
Purple Rain was number 1, which I don't have a gripe with.
No!
I would have said Thriller. I'm more of a Michael Jackson man than a Prince man, but I can dig that. That's cool.
What was 3?
To me, Prince, Michael Jackson was always Coke, Pepsi. I can understand why you might like one or the other, but I'm a Michael Jackson. Didn't they shill for Coke and Pepsi also?
I think they did.
Those two guys? Yeah. I don't have a problem with Purple Rain. That's fine. I prefer Thriller.
For this episode, fans get to listen to number 56.
Number 56. An artist who I think could be listed in terms of his personal fame up there with Michael Jackson and Prince. Right. This album is Born in the USA.
That's right.
By Bruce Springsteen, the boss himself, which I forgot his nickname when I was picking the drink. Apparently the drink is related to, there you go. So that synthesizer and that snare, everything about that improvised when they sat down to record the song.
I didn't know that.
Not written. They were like, I think we need like a synthesizer track to open. The guy was like, me, which takes 5 seconds to play, and it sounds like it. When you think about it, this is why this cannot be held up there with some of these great R&B records, is because frankly the number 1 track starts out with me, which is lame, but it worked.
Like
it worked. It was very distinctive. Right. I remember it from being a kid. It was out there. It was all the time. T-shirts.
I do remember this. I do remember this from Reagan's.
Yes.
Presidential.
I wasn't into politics in those days. But
well,
I was 7.
I am a little bit older than you.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But I was aware of presidential elections. I knew who Ronald Reagan was, and sort of an emblem of the 80s in the same way as Bruce Springsteen in a lot of ways. Like
he really was, wasn't he?
Michael Jackson,
God,
Madonna,
he really
Ronald
was there
Reagan.
Through the entire 80s. Yeah, 82. Wait, 80 he got elected. Wait, 80 or
1980. He was elected in 1980.
Yeah, so 88 he left office, but he was,
was inaugurated 81, left 89.
Yeah, that's right. Crazy.
And then we got his successor.
1,000 points of light.
Yep, George Bush. Not a bad president in hindsight. I'd take George Bush over any president we've had in the 21st century so far, even though I was opposed to his presidency at the time.
Yeah,
But I definitely would take him over anybody we've had. I don't know if I would take Reagan necessarily over everybody, but George Bush was a pro, smart guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I disagreed with him ideologically, but I'd just like to have a smart guy in charge of things, for, an adult. For once. It just seems like there's never an adult in charge.
Right.
I don't know if that's because as you get older, everybody seems like a kid, or you just realize everybody's just as dumb as you are. Everybody's just hiding
man.
We are doing Born in the USA.
Yes, we are. So let's get back to that, shall we?
That's right. What did you think? What was your personal relationship with this album?
I had a history professor who thought that Bruce Springsteen was the second coming of Bob Dylan. Loved it, was quick to point out what Born in the USA, the lyrics actually meant.
Yeah. Nothing to do with Ronald Reagan.
I mean, that still happens today. I think one of the Clintons used Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow from Fleetwood Mac.
Sure.
I think it was Hillary Clinton, I think, used it. That song is about getting divorced. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Yeah. But see, it's just the catchphrase. That's all you care about, right? So yeah, the Born in the USA part, that's the part that anybody cared about. Born in the USA.
Right.
But, they don't talk about...
It's like We Are the Champions.
Yeah, exactly.
You see a whole bunch of jocks and frat boys and stuff singing We Are the Champions at a football game, and it's like, that means you're gay, right?
Right, yeah.
If Freddie Mercury's not talking about football players.
He's not. But, I guess that's what it all comes down to. But so I already knew, obviously going into it. Plus, I was a lit major, and then I do rhetoric and stuff. So
as part of your training, you actually listen to the lyrics.
Well,
of the
I
song.
just know I know wordplay, right? And I know
there's not much wordplay to it. It's just if you okay.
Well, you just have to listen.
The lyrics are kind of hard to understand in rock. Have you ever thought about that?
Well, he mumbles a lot. But
that's a trope, right?
He's not as bad as Dylan. But
I would say everything from Led Zeppelin up to Nirvana. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to understand what the guys in rock are saying.
Yeah.
It's like they're mumbling their words on purpose. That's what you always had the liner to a CD or to a record.
Maybe. Sometimes. They didn't always come. Yeah,
I used to get so happy if I got a tape or something and I opened it up and had lyrics, I'd be like, okay, now we're in business.
Yeah.
Of course, with Nirvana, you read the lyrics and you still didn't understand what he's talking about. But this one, you could listen to it. You could be singing along with it and not understand. I used to gibberish sing along with things, sing syllables that kind of sounded. You kind of. I'm trying to think of some good examples. Do you know some good examples of misunderstood lyrics in your life?
Pour some sugar on me.
Okay, what did you think that was saying?
Well, no, not me. Other people.
Okay.
I always knew it was pour some sugar on me, but pour some shook up ramen, I think I've heard.
Do you know the love theme by Berlin from Top Gun? Take My Breath Away?
Take My Breath Away, yeah.
My friend and his little sister thought it was saying tables, red and gray.
Tables, red and gray.
So they're like, tables, red and gray. There's nothing that 100 Men on Mars could ever do. Just sing it that way. There's a whole bunch of them because it's just kind of hard to understand. There's something about the way rock lyrics scan.
But this one,
because if you listen to a country song.
This one, it's a slower tempo.
I didn't grow up as a country guy, but I'd listen to a country song and it would be kind of like a breath of fresh air. I'm just like, oh, that's just a guy talking. I know exactly what he's saying.
But again, it's a slower tempo.
You don't listen to Randy Travis and you're like, what is he saying? It's pretty clear.
Well, Born in the USA, if we just want to start there,
Were you?
Were I what?
Born in the USA.
Yes, very much so.
Yes, I was too.
I never got into a little hometown jam,
technically,
though.
I was born in Iowa.
I did know somebody, what I always thought was interesting about the song is I did know somebody who got into a little hometown jam.
Ah, okay.
And had to go
and kill the yellow man.
Had to go kill the yellow man. His name was
probably a brown man for our generation.
Well, yeah,
we're not so much into killing the yellow man.
This was a much older coworker of mine.
Okay.
He was, I think, when I knew him, he was in his.
Well, if he was really old, he was probably killing white men. Baby boomer generation, they had to go kill yellow men.
So he was baby
boomer. And then our
boomer.
generation is killing brown men. Okay.
Well, not necessarily white men if they're really old. It could have also been yellow men.
This is true.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
It becomes complex.
Our long tradition of killing Asians
this guy
started
was,
a long time
this
ago.
guy grew up in Detroit.
Okay.
Was running with the bad crowd. His name was Joel Crandall. Fantastic guy. Loved that guy to death. I don't know where he's at. I lost track of him, but I hope he's doing well. I worked with him for years back in the 90s.
Joel Crandall, if you're out there, reach out to us at toastingtheclassics@gmail.com.
Right,
let Clint know that you're doing all right.
You're doing okay. But he was running with a bad crowd in Detroit, 17 years old, got in trouble. Judge told him, join the Army or go to jail. And he's like, I'm joining the Army.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he was, first he went to Germany, and then he went to Vietnam. And so this would have been like 65 or something like that, so very early on.
Yeah.
But he spent like 4 or 5 or 6 tours in Vietnam, left as a master sergeant. I think he finally retired out of the Army, so it was good for him. He said, saved his life.
Yeah. One of my best friends growing up went off to his first year of college and like not only didn't do well, not only didn't attend his classes, but would see he had to go to a class and like go to a friend's class to hang out with the friend during his class. He came back with D's and F's and stuff like that after his first semester, and his parents sat him down and they were like, so which one's it going to be? And he was like, what?
Which
and
branch?
they were like Army, Navy, Coast. He's like, Navy, I guess. So he went off to the Navy, and it was the best thing that ever happened to this guy. He got like a technical training. College was not for him, and he got like had a great career out of it. Just was the best thing for him. So
Bruce Springsteen actually was drafted and then failed the physical.
Oh, okay.
So he never
Too
went.
short.
No. He apparently he had a bad concussion from a motorcycle accident when he was 17.
Okay.
That had something to do with it. Too short. How tall is he?
I don't know. He just looks tiny. To me, there's something about him. He looks like a small man. I don't know. I could be wrong.
But
I did bring a drink.
Oh, did you?
For this episode.
Yeah. What drink is it?
In keeping with tradition here on Toasting the Classics.
That is
so I had a little trouble thinking of something. I was thinking like Budweiser was my first, just red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Just thinking of Born in the USA. And it would be kind of the same irony of like, it's called Born in the USA, but actually the song's not very patriotic. Where Budweiser seems like the most American thing, but it's Czech.
South African, I thought, or whatever it is.
No, it was Czech, and I think it's InBev, the Belgian company, owns it now.
Yeah.
I thought that was just gross. I just don't want to drink Budweiser beer. It's
terrible.
nasty. I used to drink Bud Light when I was a kid, and I don't ever miss those days.
Yeah.
So I looked into it a little bit, and there was a Reddit group. Everybody was talking about Bruce Springsteen and what would Bruce Springsteen's favorite. So I did a little research, as I said, by Googling and looking on a Reddit thread about what would Bruce Springsteen's favorite.
If you can't trust Reddit.
And there were several references. Some said he has a drinking problem, which I did not find surprising. For a rocker from the 70s and 80s, that seems like it would be par for the course. But some people said that he liked whiskey. Somebody else said he really liked tequila. And I saw several references to him liking Patron. So I just was like, oh, okay, there's a brand. So I got it. And I called you. And I was like, oh, I got to go by the liquor store before I come over because I'm going to go pick up this Patron. And you were like, oh, I get it, the Boss. And I was like, oh, my God, I didn't even think of that. I'm like such an idiot. Of course that's why they said that. It's probably just BS. He probably never drank it in his life. But that's hilarious.
Right.
And I think that's good enough. We're good. We're drinking the Boss. We're drinking the Boss tequila.
Absolutely.
When we're talking about the Boss. So I've got a nice new bottle. This retails for a cool $54, by the way. So this is one of the more expensive bottles I've invested in for Toasting the Classics.
The most expensive...
For Toasting the Classics. I don't think I've ever gone out and bought some.
The most expensive bottle I bought, that bottle of brandy I got for our Castle Wolfenstein was $80.
Oh, really? What was that? What was that again?
That was that peach... Or no, it was...
yours... I had the Armagnac. The Armagnac was expensive.
The pear brandy.
So we got a nice little bottle. How would you describe this shape? It's almost like a wizard's potion bottle, right?
Yeah.
It's got a little cork in it next to the...
That's like a...
There we go.
It's supposed to be a hand-blown bottle. Do you know who founded that company, Patron?
Jose Cuervo?
You will never guess in a million years. I can give you 1,000 guesses. You'll never get it.
Boy. Benito Juarez.
No. And you know what? You're not even close.
Let's see. Emiliano Zapata.
How did you not know?
I don't know. I can't. Who is it?
Paul Mitchell.
Who's Paul Mitchell? The hair guy?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is not very old, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, interesting.
He's a heck of a marketer.
I guess
what
so.
he is.
I guess so. At least it doesn't come in a crystal skull.
So he that's Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
No, he went to Mexico like with his wife or something like that.
Or something.
In the late 80s, early 90s, found
do you think if I
this tequila company?
But
he found this and he said, you know what? If we take that tequila and we call it premium, because all that was available at the time was Jose Cuervo.
Right.
Sell it for $50 a bottle. Somebody like you would come up and buy it eventually. And
well,
there you go.
I'm just doing it because the boss told me to do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's clear. I got the silver.
Which is good stuff, too.
Which I think I like the silver better. I think so. I don't like a lot of the additives they do in tequila. I don't like the way it smells. It smells like an ashtray, if I'm being honest.
There's no additives.
Añejo, reposado. No, just the
It's just barrel age is all it is.
There's something about it. I don't like it. I don't like
they use whiskey barrels. So maybe it's that. If you were to try like a 3-year-old añejo that's finished.
Is that the definition? It's 3, right, for añejo?
Yeah, 36 months. That's finished in like a port barrel.
Okay.
Oh, it's like cognac. It's amazing. You could have it neat.
I had a bad experience with cognac, so I'm not a huge fan, but I probably will get to like it again at some point. Yeah, I went down to Australia and my in-laws tried to kill me. No, it was my Ukrainian in-laws tried to kill me by giving me so much
Too
cognac.
much?
Yeah. So it opens up with the title track.
Yep.
That's the first thing. First thing you hear on the album is
me, 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 me. Released in 1984.
84.
June of 84.
84.
It took 2 years to write, produce, and record this album.
Okay.
While they were doing it, he made another album called Nebraska.
The actual recording, I think he recorded most of the songs like in one sitting, but the writing process was a long time.
He recorded them from 82 to 84.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In
Crazy.
his garage, right? He had like a guy, his like buddy set up a garage thing.
Oh no, he had like a real, I can't remember what it was called, the Power, I don't know, whatever it's called. Boss fans out there would be all about it. There was a studio that he had in New Jersey.
Oh. What I read, it was in California in a garage. I don't know.
He did demo tapes, but they recorded, all of this was recorded, like all the real stuff was recorded with the E Street Band in like New Jersey.
Okay. Maybe I read the Nebraska. I think it's Nebraska.
Well, he did demos for Nebraska.
Yeah, I think he basically walked into the studio with Nebraska already done.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is what we're doing.
Okay, so they were doing Born in the USA, the album. He had over 80 songs that he wrote for this. A lot of them ended up on Nebraska. So the darker stuff or the more edgy, like not darker or edgy, but like the more...
Nebraska was darker.
Yeah, like more,
definitely.
I guess you'd call it profound, thinking went into Nebraska.
I can't remember if I've ever listened to that. I bought a Bruce Springsteen album one time, and I listened to it. Well, yeah, just bought. Like I was just like, I don't know Bruce Springsteen very well, so I bought an album of his that was supposed to be really good, but I don't think that's what it was. I think it was something else. And it was that. It was all dark and like weird and progressive, like in the sense. You know what I kept thinking about with that song and with some of his more. It's all about like working man, like that's down. It's, everything's really hard. And I was thinking a lot of it. Because it seems on the surface like there's a contrast of having a patriotic album, but then you're talking about how bad things are.
Right.
And I was thinking like that seems like a contrast to an American for the most part. But then I was thinking, go down to an Irish bar and listen to the music.
Oh God.
The music that makes you feel the most Irish, the music that makes you love being Irish is all somebody's dead and drunk in the gutter and everything's terrible and we're all poor.
What's that?
Well, there's a whole bunch of Pogue songs like that. There's a whole
the Pogues.
There's a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, the Pogues are like that's a great example.
It's all negative, but it's like this is what it means to be Irish is
yeah.
to suffer these things. And I almost think like Bruce Springsteen.
Well, it's an identity. Right?
Bruce Springsteen's version of being an American, like a real American, like a working class American, is a shared experience.
Yeah.
It's like it's not
know.
Malibu and jazz and all the great things about America. It's like this is the suffering of an American working man. This is who you are. It's like a different version of patriotic.
Gets old after a while.
Oh, it totally does. Totally does. But you could see how probably somebody who's a little steeped in an Irish musical tradition would kind of have those sensibilities to some extent. I don't really know what his ethnic background. I know Adam Sandler's mother thinks he's Jewish, but he isn't, according to the Hanukkah song. So
he's Irish.
I could see from the name why
Italian,
she would think that.
Irish, Italian, and I think English or Dutch or something like that.
Yeah,
but
just American.
His mom's side is pure Italian.
Okay.
His dad's side is Irish and something else. So just American. You're
right.
No,
it was Nebraska that I got. It's a good album. It's a really good album. There's a song Atlantic City at the beginning that's really good.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. So you didn't say what your personal history was with the album.
But the first time hearing this, I remember hearing it at a Reagan rally. Because Reagan was already president, and so they'd show his rallies and stuff and his presidential election. And Reagan was really popular, And I remember him using it. I seem to remember like this huge American flag, like as a backdrop to his stage.
Uh-huh.
And then he would come out and they'd be like, "Born in the USA," and stuff like that. And that's all they would play. And then I remember hearing, even as young as I was, so I was like 10 or 11, I remember hearing, oh, that's not really what that song means.
Right.
And I just kind of thought that was funny at the time.
Right.
I didn't really read into it, but that was kind of my first taste of, well, things aren't exactly as they seem.
Sure.
Right? And it's just like that in politics. But I remember that.
Yeah.
And I was born in the USA. And then I remember, when did Rocky IV come out? Wasn't it?
Rocky 4 would have been
85, 86?
85 feels right.
Something
I think
like that.
Rocky 3 would have been about the same time as this.
There was a lot of those themes at the time, the red, white, and blue themes. And I think,
Well, like
I read
at the beginning of Rocky 4, when Apollo Creed comes out and he's got his American trunks and stuff like that, and then he has to fight the Russian. Yeah, that's
James Brown singing.
That might have been 84. Actually, that sounds about right.
I read some criticism of the album in terms of just like analysis, not critiquing it.
Not in the sloppy sense,
like the cover design with an American flag, and then like his back turned to the people. So there's an American flag.
Some controversy about that.
It's called Born in the USA. First track is Born in the USA. That it overshadowed the meaning of it. Because, I think like, when was that Greenwood song?
Green Day?
No, Greenwood. It was that Proud to be an American. That was about that time too, I think.
It was. The first time I ever heard that song, I was at a 4th of July celebration in Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh, watching the fireworks and everything, and they played that song, and I was like, that's the best patriotic song I've ever heard. Like, I just loved it.
I swear it was around that time.
This would have been like 87, so it was around at about the same time. It's from the 80s. It's not
Lee Greenwood, that's his name.
Lee Greenwood, yeah, that's the right one, yeah. Yeah, I really liked that one back in the day, but then, like a lot of things that are patriotic, it got to be associated with all the wrong people for me, and I sort of drifted away.
Right. That was released in spring of '84.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds about right. So you had Lee Greenwood's. It's called God Bless the USA, and then Rocky 4 came out.
It's about 84, might be 85, but it's right about there.
85.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's all this this kind of red, white, and blue stuff happened around the same time.
Red Dawn, I think, is in 85, if I'm not mistaken. Red Dawn's on my mind a lot.
But this came out, and this was a zig where everybody else, or a zag where everybody else zigged, I guess. Everybody else was truly patriotic, like, God Bless the USA and everything else. And even Rocky 4. And this one was the same overture, but a different theme. But it overshadowed, like it lost its meaning. Everybody's like, yeah, Born in the USA, yeah. Patriotic.
Yeah, it was definitely a case of it's a really good appropriation of something that, if you listen to it, is supposed to be a working class, probably progressive message to some extent. It's not really like hard on that, but
I think it's
a little bit critical of the military or of the experience of a poor man fighting in the military. It's not terrible. It's just kind of a statement of like, going in the military is a hard thing.
I don't know. It's not really anti-war. I don't think it's necessarily going in the military. I think it's just.
Well, he's just talking about his brother went off to fight the Viet Cong and like he died there and like they're still there. It's just kind of down.
Well,
it's
no,
not really.
Yeah, it's just speaking of. I think it's trying to, in an age where rah 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 USA, we can do no wrong.
Right.
He's like, hey, let's talk a little bit about what's really going on here.
Right.
And if you think about it, it's kind of hard to remember, but. This is 10 years removed from Vietnam. Like Vietnam ended in 75,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
So
less than 10 years.
74, it was still going on.
Well, our guys came home in 73, I guess.
But 74, it was still kind of going on.
There was a way. So obviously one way you react to that kind of a time is like the rah-rah, sis-boom-bah patriotism.
Yeah.
But there's a second way that to me was always embodied by Woody Guthrie, which was like, like This Land Is My Land, being like sort of the anthem of people who would have been on the left, they would have been anti-war, but they wanted to make it very clear that they didn't hate their country. They love their country. They just have a different take on Vietnam and stuff like that. And to me, this is in that tradition. This is very clearly patriotic. This is someone who's unambiguously American, not particularly – they're not saying anything bad about being an American. They're just like, I love my country, but like here are some problems that I'd like to see us deal with. It's like a progressive take on still being patriotic. That, to me, I think is just lost today. You never hear that message anymore. Yeah. Major League Baseball decided that you had to play God Bless America after the 7th inning.
Yeah, after 9/11.
The Baltimore Orioles had a thing where there were these giant riots in Baltimore, like to the point where Camden Yards was shut down for like a week and they were playing games with no fans in the stadium and stuff like that. But when they came back, they started playing, instead of God Bless America, they started playing This Land Is Your Land at the 7th inning stretch. And like as a way of saying, like, we love America. This is a patriotic song, but we don't want to play your God Bless America right now. We want to establish that we love America, but like America needs to change. And it was just a progressive way of saying that you were still being patriotic. And I remember I told my dad about that. My dad was like, "Oh, I want to get season tickets to the Orioles." That is such a cool statement because I think that was his side of that whole divide. It was like, a lot of people on the left just not patriotic. Let's be honest. That's like the dark secret of a lot of people on the left is they just don't really love America.
Right.
They don't really think patriotism is a thing you should be. And that always bothers me about them. And I like the idea of somebody who's going for change, doesn't want to be racist, but, wants to acknowledge the problems with America, but still loves their country.
That's the flip side on the right is that you have unabashed, can do no wrong.
It has to be unquestioned loyalty to
unquestioned
your country,
loyalty,
which is not how I feel.
And we can do no wrong. It's like, no, Vietnam was a mistake. We shouldn't have done that. We've made a lot of mistakes.
Or just like the acknowledgement of like the racial history of the country.
Right.
To do that doesn't mean I hate my country.
Right.
I still love my country. I just it's something
that's an interesting dichotomy. It's like we can do no right and we can do no wrong. It's like we're somewhere in the middle, guys.
Yes,
seriously.
exactly. So I think something that's gotten lost, and it's a refreshing message to see something like that. I don't know whether some people said about the cover. Did you read that about the cover of Born in the USA? That
urinating
like
on the flag. I never
I can see
saw
that.
I
never saw it that way.
Yeah,
but now that you mention it, he's got his backside facing us.
But again, that was not. We didn't have social media back then, so it wasn't a thing, right? Now it would be like.
Do you know who did the cover?
Yeah, Annie Leibovitz.
Annie Leibovitz.
That's
That
awesome.
was pretty surprising.
She's the best photographer ever.
I had a series of baseball cards. I can't remember which. Maybe it was Upper Deck, but I don't know. They were just like she did the best players and took pictures of them. And I just remember thinking they were like some of the best ball cards I ever had.
Oh my God!
They're all like in black and white, and everybody looks super cool. And
they talk about like anybody can do that. No. You look at
there
anybody
was a
else's
sense-
anybody else's photos and then look at her photos.
Anybody could
You're
point
like,
and click a
wow.
camera, and it wasn't even so much the technical stuff; it was the composition that I think made her an artist.
She was. But I never saw that. I never.
No, I didn't see that.
So when they say it was a controversy,
what
I'm
I
like,
did
well,
see,
among whom?
what I did see as I looked at the flag very clearly this time is the hat. It's got a freaking Trump hat
In the back pocket,
That is a Trump hat.
Is
That
it?
is, I think, where the Trump hat comes from.
Make America Great Again.
It is a red ball cap. Nobody wears just a random red ball cap. I think that when they designed the Trump hat, I think it's supposed to look like the one from the Born on the USA cover. It doesn't look like it has any writing or anything, but I was just looking at that. I was like, somehow, I think that's gotten associated with ultra patriotism, even though, again, like we've said, Springsteen definitely not even a Reagan guy, much less a Trump guy.
So there are some things that are problematic about this.
Okay.
So he's clearly going for the working man look. So he's got a white T-shirt on.
Okay.
First of all, it's tucked in. That's problematic. So
I don't think it was back then. I think people used to do that back
tucked
then.
into his Levi's. Now his Levi's are kind of beat up. They actually look a lot like most of my Levi's.
Yeah.
So his back pocket's
I don't own Levi's.
all skinned up. You don't?
No.
You're un-American.
Yeah, I have
And he
all.
has this faded baseball cap sticking out of his back pocket.
My brands are all gay jean brands. I don't have any Levi's.
But then he has.
Where do you buy Levi's?
Describe that belt to me. Tell me what factory
like a
worker.
cowboy belt.
That is not a cowboy belt.
Isn't it? It's got all these like baubles and bangles on it.
Yeah, what cowboy would
Those
wear?
jingles and jangles and baubles and bangles. Isn't that a?
That's not a cow.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's not a belt of a factory worker from New Jersey. That's
No,
I don't know
wouldn't
what
think
that
so.
is.
No, yeah, probably
Anyway.
not.
But I think I always liked it. I always thought it was cool. I never thought that.
It's good looking. It's a good looking cover. It's a good looking cover. Yeah, I like it.
But
It's very iconic. You don't know what. So
it is iconic. That's a good word to use for it. Iconography. It's
like literally an icon.
Yeah,
I
mean,
like an icon. Yeah,
but
like a
but
in
then
a Byzantine sense.
But then
yeah.
it became an icon, right? I mean, he's using the icon to stage it, but then he became the icon.
Yeah,
like the whole scene.
Yeah, yeah. He has this slightly progressive message, but you take it and you play it, and it looks on its surface so patriotic that message is completely lost.
Yeah, it's completely lost.
And they don't even have to. They don't even have to hide it from you. It's just lost because the rest of it is so loud. You know, that probably most of the people that listening to it never thought of it that way.
I don't think they did.
So I don't think this is I don't think that's the best song on the album.
Neither do I. Actually.
I don't even think it's close.
What's
I got maybe three other ones.
What's your favorite?
So I've been listening to it a couple of times. I've always liked "I'm on Fire."
Okay,
that's a really good one.
That's a great song.
I forgot how much I liked "Cover Me."
Yeah, Cover Me.
That's a really good track. And "Dancing in the Dark" is really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are. I think those are my best ones. I'm going down a small town or hometown or whatever it is.
My hometown.
My hometown. Yeah,
my hometown.
That's okay.
Well, that's closer to Nebraska. That's like
it's okay. It's an album track. I don't hate it. What's the worst song on the album?
Oh, it's that stupid highway song.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page. Working on the highway.
Working on the highway.
Sucks.
God, that's terrible.
It sucks so bad.
It really
just
does.
goes on. It's just working on the highway, working on the highway, working on the highway. I'm like, okay, I get it. That's just great. You're working on the highway.
But then there's a twist at the end because me and the warden are working on the highway.
Oh, my God. It's awful.
Lord.
Awful song.
Yeah.
Like, it's just you got to have another song, so I guess it just had to fill in the rest of it. There are a couple other ones that are mediocre, but it's got like 5 pretty good tracks. So
10 of them are top 10 hits.
Something like that.
Top 10
I don't
singles.
know if it was 10 of them, but
yeah,
it was,
10 of them.
Really? Oh, okay.
It's written right there on my cheat sheet, so it's got to be.
I believe you. I believe you.
But I'm on Fire is probably one of my the poetry of that song.
Did you see the story behind that one?
No.
That was he came in with the album, it was all done.
No, that wasn't I'm on Fire. That you're talking about Dancing in the Dark, where he wrote it the night before.
Yeah.
Was due. No, that was poetry of I'm on Fire.
Okay,
and there's a line in there that says, "Sometimes it feels like someone took a knife, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull." What a great line!
Yeah, it's a great song.
Oh,
so Born in the USA, Cover Me, Darlington County, okay, mediocre, Working on the Highway, terrible. Downbound Train,
yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. I'm on Fire is a good one. No Surrender, Bobby Jean, I kind of forgot those.
Yeah.
I'm Going Down, repetitive but solid.
Yeah.
Glory Days is a good one. Glory Days is a good song.
A fantastic one. Yeah.
Not my favorite, but that's a good track. I always like that one. Dancing in the Dark, good song. My Hometown, okay. This is a lot of good songs in an album.
Yeah.
That's a solid.
Sure.
We got how many tracks? 2, 4, 6, 8,
Do you
10,
have a
12
favorite
songs.
Do you have a favorite Springsteen song, like overall? Period.
It's probably I'm on Fire.
Is it? Okay.
But I actually really like Atlantic City off
Yeah.
of Nebraska. That's about it. I don't really know a whole lot. Most of the ones I really know are on this album.
I think for me, Born to Run is a fantastic.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Fantastic song.
Yeah. That was when I got my master's degree.
Bum.
The dean of the school was obsessed with Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And got up and gave a speech about that. And then as we took our degree, he played Born to Run as we were going up. So I definitely. Well, what album is that? Is that on Atlantic?
It's
On Nebraska?
Born to Run.
Oh, okay. So it's on. Okay.
Yeah, that was the one. So he wrote.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I think 74 or 76 is when that one came out. That one saved his career because he had 2 albums, I think, before that just went nowhere. They're critical successes, but nobody bought them, right?
Yeah.
And all the critics were like, this guy's the next Bob Dylan, everything else. But people were like, meh. And then he came out with Born to Run, and it was a wall of sound. If you listen to that, and so he comes out with that, but that song, just the theme of it, the words like, town rips the bones from your back, it's a suicide trap or something like that. It's a death rap, it's a suicide trap. The imagery and everything else that he puts in that, you just have this feeling like this is a blue collar guy who just escaped. It's 5:00 on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And now he's going to go live because
Right.
he's been a slave like the last 5 days. And probably my favorite song is "Brilliant Disguise." God, that's a great song.
Oh, I don't know that one.
You don't know that song?
No.
Oh, okay, we're gonna.
Well, hang on. I'll look it up. Keep going. You talk.
So
is it on Born to Run? Well, yours is okay. That's your favorite Bruce Springsteen song.
I think so. Yeah, because
All right.
I like the wordsmithy stuff, and "Brilliant Disguise" is all about. It's all about these plays on words. Like he's trying to figure out whether this girl is like telling the truth to him. Why does she keep like looking away when she sees a certain guy, and he'll like walk around a corner and see her talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden, so he's like, wait, what's going on? Is that you that I'm seeing, or just some brilliant disguise? But then at the end, it twists around, and he's the one that's actually been fooling her this whole time,
okay.
and playing around on her. And it's a fantastic.
Turns
song.
out at the end of the song, he was a ghost the whole time.
The entire time. Yeah.
Right.
Made some pottery on a wheel, and
That's Bruce Shyamalan. It's a Bruce Shyamalan joint. Did you ever see the movie The Rescue? It's a really bad 80s movie with some kids whose dads were like special forces that went into North Korea, got captured, and the kids decide to sneak in on their own to rescue their dads because the government won't go get
so
them.
basically, it's like the best movie ever made, which is what's that F-15 movie?
Iron Eagle?
Iron Eagle.
Yeah.
You got to be like an Iron Eagle.
Is that your Louis Gossett Jr.?
Yeah, that was my
Nice.
Louis Gossett Jr.
My
That's pretty
Louis
good.
Gossett Jr. Favorite is when he plays the alien in Enemy Mine. I'm pregnant.
I just like that he was pregnant.
Mickey Mouse.
I like that he had a baby.
Yes.
That was very much ahead of its time.
That movie was actually pretty good. I liked it.
Was it Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid.
Not Randy Quaid.
Who I think is underrated.
His favorite song. So
There's this film, The Rescue, and the kids sneak into North Korea, rescue their dads. They're getting out. They're trying to escape. Spoiler alert for a terrible movie no one will ever watch, by the way. But they're rescuing their dads. They get in this North Korean plane, and they're flying out of North Korea. And the Americans show up with their fighter jets, and they're going to shoot down this plane and kill everybody.
Of course, yeah.
And so they have the one little boy climb up the hatch on top of a plane, which I'm not sure is a thing that exists. But anyway, climbs up on the hatch on top of a plane and shows his Born in the USA T-shirt so that they can see that he's American and they don't shoot them down.
The worst thing I've ever heard.
Yes, that's how they
Even
escape.
hearing it, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So you can skip that one, guys. So this was the first CD produced in the United States.
I read that, yeah.
That was kind of surprising.
That's
That's probably going to be my biggest surprise. That's just a little.
1984.
1984, the first CD we had, my dad went out and bought one of those like towers.
No, not produced, because they were making them in Japan.
Produced in the United
I'm
States.
sorry, manufactured rather.
Actually manufactured here. This was
Because
the
they had
first
them in
one.
Japan.
Yeah, yeah. But
They were importing them.
84, hardly anybody had a CD.
God, nobody. I didn't.
I mean, we got a CD player. I would say it was 85 or so. My dad, it was like a big purchase. Like he bought like a tower deck with big speakers and like it had a CD player and a turntable.
Yeah.
Like on top of it. He got the CD. The first CD we got, guess what it was? This was 1983. So
Okay,
it's
1983.
Pretty easy guess, 1983. Thriller.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Thriller.
All right. So
Michael
what was
Jackson.
what was your first CD that you bought?
My first
Yeah.
CD. I didn't get my first CD player until my 13th birthday in 1990.
Okay.
What year would that be? 90.
Okay.
So my first CD was Young MC Stone Cold Rhymin',
Nice.
which was a great track. Great album, actually.
Yeah.
I listened to it. I'd listen to it still today. It's pretty good. Bust a Move was just like one song. But I remember the summer, I got a CD player, and I discovered it had a program function. You could just put the album on repeat, and I just put it on repeat, and played Faxanadu for like 5 days straight.
What kind of CD player was it? Was it like a
Like
disc,
a
Discman?
boom box.
Okay, boom
No, it
box.
was a boom box
yeah.
with a little CD player in the middle.
Yeah.
I still have it. It's at my mom's house.
I
back
had,
in Virginia.
so I got one of those.
My stepmom said he couldn't get me the CD player because it was too expensive. So he got mad, got out of the car, went to the shopping center, and walked to my birthday party 3 miles carrying this boombox so I would get this boombox for my birthday.
Oh, that was nice.
So I was pretty happy with it. And
Yeah,
bought me,
pretty
bought me
yeah.
Young MC. So it was like,
I got so mine was it was 89, and it was a boombox again, like you said. That I had one of those tape deck things so I could plug it into my car stereo. So I had the boombox on a pillow on the passenger seat of my car.
oh, I did that.
Because it would skip. I mean, you would look at that thing wrong and it would skip.
Right.
Like it had.
You had
whatever,
a Discman?
No. It was a boombox.
Oh, okay. But with
You
a
know,
CD player.
With a CD player, but it was on my seat, and I had one of those tape cassette deck, converter things.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you plug,
With a cigarette
and
lighter.
yeah, and
Cigarette lighter charger, and then you had to put the tape.
Put the
into
tape in the tape deck.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah. Any little bump, it
Have
would
you ever
skip.
seen those memes where it's like the lady helping the grandma into the nursing home? I feel like ours would be like, in my day, we used a pretend cassette to put in so we could play
Right.
CDs
So
in
we
the
play
car. Okay,
CDs.
grandma, we'll take you inside now.
And my first CD was ready.
Uh-huh.
Motorhead, Ace of Spades.
Oh, wow. You were a lot cooler
Ace
than I
of
was.
Spades, man.
Although I'm pretty happy with my first CD. This was the best-selling album of 1985.
1985, right?
And the best-selling album of Bruce's entire career.
Yes.
Never did better than this. I mean, that's not. I mean, so he sold 30 million copies of this, which, by the way that they measured things in those
Triple
days, would make
platinum?
it was certified triple platinum, but 30 million copies would be
I don't even know what that is.
like quintuple. I mean,
Diamond or something? I don't know.
So it's 500,000 units for a gold record, a million for platinum.
Okay. All right.
So this would be 30 times platinum.
30 times platinum.
I was looking at this, and this was just kind of off the top of my head. I was wondering, how do you do that today, right, with streaming?
Yeah, I don't know.
So the formula is that 150 streams is equivalent to one sale.
Okay.
So a gold record is still done by sales.
Oh,
so you just
interesting. Okay.
multiply 500,000 by 150, and
So do they collect it from all the
it'd be
different
75
places then? Because you've got like
That's a good question, but
you've
yes,
got like
probably everything paid.
you got
So it'd be
like
Spotify,
Spotify,
Amazon, Apple Music,
Pandora,
everything. Yes,
you know,
it'd be
on and
it'd be
on.
all streams.
Okay.
would be aggregated, and you need 75 million streams for a gold record, 150 million streams for a platinum record, and by my calculation, that means the 30 million copies that Bruce Springsteen sold of Born on the Run would be equivalent to 4.5 billion streams.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you try to think about, you ever look at a popular song, you might see 200 or 300 million streams.
Right.
I never seen anything in the billions, I don't think.
Oh, God, no.
Not even once. So I don't know what that says about the music industry.
Well, also, I bet that statistic is like now based on a release date of 84, though. Right, so that's
it's had a whole bunch of time,
almost 30 years.
It's had a whole bunch of time, right, to aggregate a whole bunch of extra streams, and that would be
over
presumably
30 years,
Ed Sheeran's latest track that has 200 million streams will continue to be streamed for the next 30 years and get a billion streams pretty easily. You know, for now, it's still pretty impressive.
My book is doing really well. The book that I released like 4 years ago, it's doing really well now.
Yeah.
It wasn't back then.
Oh, it is doing really well then.
Well, yeah, because it keeps selling. You know,
it just keeps selling. How are we doing on time? Are we ready for?
Look up how tall he is. No, look it up. Look up how tall he just looks little. He says.
The other day we had a conversation about how tall various people were, right? And so I was looking it up, and it was giving me suggestions. So a week later, my Alexa keeps like popping up with like telling me how tall various famous people are. Like I'm obsessed with this question.
I love it.
Like I'm autistic and I just walk around.
Look him up.
I think Dustin Hoffman's 5'2". 5'2". He's definitely 5'2".
I think he probably is.
That's probably about right. Yeah. I mean, that's an educated guess on Dustin Hoffman. So let's see. How tall is Bruce Springsteen? He is 5'10".
See,
perfectly normally sized person. I don't know why he just looks like a small man. I don't know why.
Do you know what kind of rock and roll Bruce Springsteen sings? Like what he's classified as?
Folk rock, maybe?
Heartland rock.
Yeah, that seems similar.
Okay, so they lump in there, and I get the first one, John Mellencamp.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yep.
And Tom Petty, and I don't agree with that one.
Yeah,
I don't agree. No, I don't agree with that one.
Tom Petty's a lot more hippie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can dig it. It's all about small towns and.
Yeah, but he didn't have all those themes though. He didn't like. Mellencamp has all the themes of. A lot like
she
Springsteen.
grew up in an Indiana town with a good-looking mama who never was around.
Yeah, but what's the song about? Right. What's the song about? Smoking pot.
Yeah, they're all about pot. But
but he talks about L.A. and he's
the two kids that go off and they go and they.
I guess she was an American Girl, maybe. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see it as much. Like Mellencamp, I get. Like what's that one about houses? Little Pink Houses. Yeah. That's. Oh yeah. And then Cherry Bomb. I mean, it's all about small town.
There's no question about that. Yeah, that's.
Tom Petty. I don't agree with that one.
So I was thinking that during this album, and I don't know if it's my biggest surprise, but it's kind of on that line. It's listening to these songs and the way they're written, and especially some of the not very good ones, like the more not Working on the Highway bad, but the other sort of mediocre ones. Yeah. I was like, this is what's on country music radio today. It's it's just sort of like formulaic. Let's show up and do 1, 2, 3, 4 rock band set, and we're just gonna say something a couple of times and then just hand it in. It's like the Keith Urban type of country music, not the good stuff, not like Morgan Wallen, but like the stuff that's not very imaginative and just gets huge play on the country radio.
Yeah,
it's like it sounds like Bruce Springsteen to me. It's the same kind of musicality. It's rock, It's in terms of what it is, music genre-wise, it's rock music. It doesn't sound like country music for the most part anymore. There's not a lot of the instruments that used to be in country. There's not a lot of the, like a lot of the old country people like Hank Williams and stuff would have voiced sentiments that were a little bit like working class and kind of like maybe being a working class guy is kind of hard and stuff like that. Like they were rooted in Irish music. They were rooted in Celtic music, and that's why it sounded that way. They had those
I think
same
they all
themes.
came from like the Appalachians or
Johnny
something
Cash
like that.
would have been somebody who was undoubtedly American, but also pretty progressive at the same time. And I think he would have fit in with Bruce Springsteen a lot more. They would have, except they're seen as being different genres, but I think in reality they would have been very close to one another. Because a lot of rock, really, a lot of my favorite stuff has always been British. I never even realized it was. I didn't really put two and two together, but a lot of my favorite stuff was always British. I was like the Smiths and the Cure and the Beatles and the Stones, and I wasn't collecting the British stuff on purpose, but for some reason that always appealed to me more. But I was like John Cougar Mellencamp. I like him a lot. He's good.
Don't call him Cougar.
No, you're not allowed to call him that anymore. Yeah, I'm still calling him that. My friend went to Indiana University in Bloomington, and that's where John Mellencamp lives. And he said he would just like show up at the bar and like pick up on like college girls.
Oof, really?
Yeah. He would just like show up, and he's tiny, by the way.
Yeah, he's not.
He's a
very
little
big.
guy. And he would show up and he'd be like, just, hey, I'm a multimillionaire. I'm John Mellencamp.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
and
rich and I'm
you
a
probably
rock star.
you talk to 10 college girls, one of them would be like, all
Okay,
right, I'll hook up
why
with
not?
John Mellencamp.
Yeah,
Why not?
why not?
You know,
Yeah.
like that's a
Can I
story.
call you Cougar? No.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's kind of ironic that he was the cougar.
Right, yeah.
So what's your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise was learning that he never held a job in a factory. He never
Not surprising.
never went to Vietnam. Essentially, he never had any
Of the experience.
of the experience that he talks about
Sure.
and writes about. His dad was a bus driver. Apparently, his dad had some mental issues, couldn't really hold down a job. His mom was a
Okay.
legal secretary. Sure, he grew up in New Jersey, and maybe he saw some factories closing and stuff, but he never experienced it
Right.
himself. Maybe his friends did. I don't know. He said he had friends that went off to Vietnam and stuff, and that would make sense because he was.
Makes
So
sense.
he graduated in '67.
Oh, so he's the
from-
same
from-
age as my
from
mom.
high school,
Probably born
so-
49.
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, he got drafted to go to Vietnam. He didn't
He was
pass
just
it.
so short.
He didn't. Yeah, didn't pass the
5'10",
physical.
at 5'10",
But, like,
they wouldn't take him.
He didn't have any of the personal experience that he sings about at all.
Right. One of the big strategies in the Vietnam War was only sending over the tallest Americans
tall people,
to
right,
terrify
yeah.
the little people of Vietnam. But
I mean, he's composing purely from observation and narrative that he hears from other people, right?
yeah,
Things that he reads in the paper, maybe, and stuff like that. So this is really trite to say,
okay.
but like, how much truth can this truth sayer have if he didn't have any of the experience in it?
You know, the bard is never the guy that fights the dragon, right?
Right.
The bard's the guy that can express.
They're telling the story about
Yeah,
the guy
you can be the minstrel of your people without
Perhaps,
you know.
perhaps, but then again, he never portrayed himself as, this never happened to me. This happened to my buddy John, though. Let me tell you about John. He never portrayed himself like that. It was always, he's a blue collar working class guy, you know,
Yeah.
that the voice for the little man, blah blah blah. And so after really,
It's like saying J.D. Salinger's a liar because Catcher in the Rye is told in the first person. It's just a way of telling a story.
no, I don't think so. I think there's a bit of a difference. Like if J.D. Salinger did nothing but write books about one particular topic, which, as it turned out, you know, maybe let's say he wrote nothing about. Well, Salinger's a bad example, but let's say you had a writer who had nothing but stories about the poor and so forth, and you found out this guy grew up rich,
Well,
and had no history or experience of it.
I don't think Springsteen's not that far away from what he's talking about. It's not like he was some rich guy. He just
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
He was just a musician
Sure,
instead
he grew up in
you
New
know.
Jersey, and maybe this stuff happened around him.
Yeah.
But biggest surprise was that nothing ever really happened to him. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
yeah. Well,
It's like all the experiences, like
this album made him a rich man.
Born to Run. If you listen to Born to Run, the song Born to Run, there's a line that's like sprung from cages on Highway 5, chrome fuel injected or whatever, and stepping out on the line or something like that. I can't remember how it goes. But it's basically, it's on a Friday afternoon, everybody gets out of the factory, get on your bikes, and you go and you cruise,
Yeah.
and you're free.
Right.
You're finally free. You got
Right.
a few days to be free. But he never knew what that felt like because he's talking about somebody else's experience.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a different dimension.
I mean, he's a musician, right? And he was a musician very early on. Like he started being a musician early in his life, early in his career. Wouldn't have had that experience, but he's definitely still a blue collar guy. It's kind of like we talked about with the
Are we supposed to argue? Biggest surprises?
No. I don't know. I was just thinking about it.
No,
I
I
don't.
mean,
I don't think it discredits him to that extent.
I'm just saying that it was surprising to find out that he just didn't have any of these experiences. That's
Right.
all. You know, it's and in one case, you know, it might speak to him as a storyteller.
Yeah.
He does such a good job that you think he does.
Yeah. This is
you think he's got all that experience.
if New Jersey were a country,
Mhm.
these songs would be the national anthem. But one of these would be the
Yeah,
national anthem. This is a
probably,
very popular
Yeah.
guy in New Jersey specifically. If you ever go to karaoke in Rahway,
Yeah.
this would be your choice. Something by the Boss, like that would make you very popular. That's
Yeah.
not, or actually, actually, I take it back. Do you know who you should pick if you go to karaoke in Rahway?
Who you should pick?
Slightly more modern than Bruce.
Not Billy Joel.
No. Well, Billy Joel will always go over anywhere in the New York tri-state area.
yeah.
You're going to do okay with
Okay.
Billy Joel. But Bon Jovi Bon Jovi would be your. If you go and you sing "Living on a Prayer" to a bunch of Jersey
God,
girls,
you're right. Yeah,
you're gonna
right.
do okay.
No, you're right. That's a good point.
That's the way to go. So
that is earmuffs. That's penny dropper right there.
I don't know what that means. I don't know why you'd want to drop.
No, when you're in a store,
if you're done with the laundry and you're going back to the dresser
when
and you
you're
drop
store,
your panties, I don't understand.
And your wife says, "Hey, hand me that pair of unmentionables so that I might buy it," and you accidentally drop them.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah. I don't know why a
But
particular music
living on the Prairie comes on.
It's so distracting.
Okay, your biggest surprise.
My biggest surprise was how many. I've said this with other things, but how many good songs are on this album. Like, I thought it was a solid album, but listening back on it, I was like, oh, right, that one's good.
Yeah,
that one's good too. It was like 6 or 7 of them where I was like, these are good songs. To me, that makes a good album. I think I miss the days when you get an album and put it on and listen to the whole album.
Right.
Now, I say that as a person who's part of this problem with the music industry. I do not listen to albums anymore. I used to love listening to albums. I used to just I remember driving across, the first time I ever came out west, driving across the West Texas desert and listening to the James album Laid, and just having that whole album and that hour of driving stuck in my head as a very solid memory. I don't ever do that anymore.
Yeah, no, that's
Every
true.
once in a while, I'll be like, I should listen to it. For this show, this is one of the reasons why I like to pick albums for free choice is because it forces me to sit down and listen to a whole album, which is a great experience, by the way. People out there, people who are not doing this, I know.
Go listen to an album.
If you've had access to streaming your whole life, you won't listen to whole albums, and you're not to be blamed for that. But if you ever can, the albums that were written before 1995, they were meant to be played as an LP to listen to the whole album, and it's an experience.
But also, there's
different.
But there's also the music, I guess, marketing dynamics.
Sure.
Where we used to have something called a single, right?
Right.
This had 10 singles. So singles were the best songs off an album.
We talked about this with either
the studio.
It was either Pet Sounds or Sgt. Pepper's, but
I think
it was
Sgt. Pepper's.
It was right there where the transition was. Actually, before that,
Sgt. Pepper's. It was Strawberry Fields.
Singles were what
Strawberry Fields was not on Sgt. Pepper's. It was released as a single before
because you sold more singles than you sold LPs.
That was the last album that ever happened to. And after that, they're like, "That's stupid. Let's not do this anymore."
Yeah.
And because people bought the album, and they're like, "Wait, where's that song?"
I don't remember if I expressed this theory, but I think that the moment of the LP is the moment when white people stopped dancing. Because it was you sit and you listen to an album for an hour.
You just listen. Yeah.
Just listen.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have singles, you're somewhere and you're listening and you dance along with it, and they have to pop, otherwise you don't listen to it.
I think white people stopped dancing a long time before.
No, people used to dance. I'm telling you. My grandfather used to come to me. He'd be like, "So what are the new dances?" And I'd be like, "What do you mean dances?" Because he used to go out with his friends and they would all know how to jitterbug.
Everybody knows that white people throw out hips when they dance. Everybody knows that.
Back in the day, in the 20s and 30s, people used to go out and they would dance. They could. It didn't look like dancing from today.
I've seen
you see
all
film
these clips, but I thought that was CGI or something.
I think even in the 40s, the 50s, you're listening to Elvis and stuff people were dancing to that music. No. People had sock hops.
White people?
What do you do at a sock hop? You dance.
The hop.
You dance.
In socks.
Right? People were doing that up until the 60s, and then it stopped. I think it was when people started smoking pot and listening to LPs. They were just like,
yeah, you're probably right. Well,
we're just going to sit here.
Especially
what do you do to a Led Zeppelin album? You don't dance to that. You sit and you maybe talk about it.
Some people
dance.
dance.
You chill and you listen to it by yourself.
Like clips of Woodstock, they danced. I think it's called dancing.
Okay, now this is a white girl thing where you just kind of wave your arms.
Right, yeah.
No, that's not dancing.
That's not dancing?
That's vibing.
Oh, it's vibing.
That's upright vibing. That's different. They
still do that today, especially when they get really drunk.
Yes.
Singles were a thing back then, and to have. You usually have one or two per album, and those were those were always the best songs.
When I was growing up,
to have 10 out of 15 or
in the 80s and 90s, people still sold singles.
Yeah,
but they were the afterthought. You got the album first, and maybe you got the single. If you thought the album maybe wasn't any good, you'd get a single. They had a thing called a ka-single.
A ka-single.
Did you ever have ka-singles?
Yes,
I had some ka-singles. I have some ka-singles of some questionable.
When I first got married, super young, I was working.
The first time you got married?
No, when I first got married.
Okay.
Right. So immediately after I got married.
Right. After you sent the Black General postage stamps.
The first time. Yeah, the first time.
Your wife's family.
First time I got married.
Right.
I haven't been married a second time, but this is the first time I got married.
It is the first time you got married.
Absolutely.
Nothing's going to change that.
Right. So I was working.
Barring some kind of end game time interference sort of thing happening, maybe then you could be married.
Maybe she'll listen to maybe she'll listen to this.
And that'll be the end.
Yeah. In any case, I was working in a mall. They had these things called malls at the time. I was working at a jewelry store in the mall. My wife worked at Camelot Music.
That's an interesting choice.
Camelot Music right across the hall. It was a music store. Camelot Music was kind of a thing, and you would go in there, and they had like earphones, and you would walk up to a display case.
Oh, that was awesome when they started doing that.
And so you put the earphones on.
Borders Books did
and you
that.
would start pressing like the CD, and you could hear basically all the kind of the demo on an Apple Music, right?
Yeah,
like
no,
you hear the
great.
first like 10 or 15 seconds or whatever. There was a band called Savage Dragons.
Oh my God! Yes.
Okay, and they had this one song.
I love you more than anyone.
Okay. No, it was before that. It was it had something about Chica Cherry Cola. It was like
yes,
that song. I can't even remember how it goes.
Ooh, I love you. I don't know if I need you. That one.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Jesus, I haven't thought about that. I
Chica
gotta
Cherry
add that
Cola.
to oldies. I got all that to my oldies.
That's probably what I'm probably missaying the line. I'm sure they didn't say Chica Cherry Cola.
Yes, they did.
Oh, did they really? Anyway,
like a Chica Cherry Cola.
So they released that.
That's getting deleted,
they released that
the way.
as their very first like single from the album.
Savage Garden.
Savage Garden.
You said Savage Dragons.
Yeah.
Savage Dragon is an Image comic.
Is it?
Yes, and there's Imagine Dragons, the band.
Savage Garden.
You're mixing up Savage Dragon, Imagine Dragons, and Savage. It's Savage Garden that you're talking
Savage
about.
Garden. Okay. So they
Truly,
released
Madly, Deeply. Chica Cherry Cola is not even on here. What is that called?
I don't know. Truly, Madly, Deeply was their second single. And that was the funny part about it. That when they released Truly, Madly, Deeply on the radio, what happens is all the record stores, they got
it's called I Want You.
So they came out with that. Like a month and a half later, they came out with Truly, Madly, Deeply. But the thing was, they put both the singles on the same CD because they were cheap. And so by the time the second one came out, they'd already sent all the singles back. Because that's what the CD, like the shops would do. It was like if it doesn't sell,
right,
they just send it back, right?
Yep.
Anyway,
I was singing Savage Dragons.
So people would come in all the time and they'd be like,
you remember the Savage Dragon? He had that fin on his
Mohawk,
head?
stupid Mohawk fin.
Yeah.
Image Comics.
You need to decide if you're toasting this classic.
Am I toasting this classic?
Yeah, my vote is that there's so many good tracks. We recognize the album. It's an Annie Leibovitz cover. It's the album that made Bruce Springsteen the boss, like that everybody knows.
Yeah.
I would vote for it.
Or the Patron.
If I had 50 albums from the 80s, this would definitely be in there. I mean, I think this is a good
Wouldn't
one.
be the 56th?
I don't know if it'd be 56. There were some ones I'd never heard of in the top 56. There's on Pitchfork. Pitchfork tries to be a little eclectic.
Oh, I see.
So some of the stuff they choose, I'm like, oh, really? Is that,
Well, I will actually, it is a classic. I will toast this one.
All right.
I mean, you got it. How can you,
I think that's the right move, yeah.
How can you grow up in the 80s and not have, Born in the USA as part of
But I think revisiting it helped me like it more.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So
I
never owned this album.
But hold on. Cheers.
We're toasting the boss.
We are toasting the boss.
The boss
with the boss. And thank you for joining us yet again. And so next time,
we are going to be doing a book. And you hadn't told me what the book was going to be, so don't do what I think you're going to do. I want to read a proper book. I want to be smarter than I was before I read the book. Please.
No, we're doing. Yeah, we're doing a Dr. Zeus.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we are.
Mr. Geisel.
Yes.
Herr Geisel. All right.
There's a lot to talk about.
Okay, which one are we doing?
Now
Why don't we do more than one book?
Well, that I haven't figured out.
Why don't we do like three?
We could do his first because there's a lot of really good history around his first, or we can do.
Why don't we just pick the really racist ones that have been canceled? Let's only do those.
Well, you know what? I was just thinking because I was in the library here on campus, and there's a big thing that said,
let's do a podcast from Tuba Matant where the people all wear their eyes at a slant.
There's a big display about banned books and how we should go read banned books.
Yeah, none of them are
Now, surprisingly, that one was
things that were banned by the right.
Yeah. Surprisingly, that one wasn't on it. It was only it was like Portnoy's complaint and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that we should do some banned books, and I think that's
we've done several that have been banned.
Yes,
we've done several that have been banned already. All right, so let's do Cat in the Hat.
No,
you don't want to do Cat in the Hat. All right, which ones are you choosing?
And to think I saw it on
Mulberry Street.
Mulberry Street. Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I
that's,
don't own that one, and that one might be hard to get.
I can get it for you.
I have a whole bunch of we have most of the Dr. Seuss.
I've got it for you. Yeah,
Books.
I've got it. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
I'll
Sounds
ferret
good.
it your way. Just don't tell anybody, because
Yeah.
I don't want to get canceled for reading it.
Is that one of the ones that's canceled?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay, because I have, if I ran the zoo, that's one of my favorites. What's the other? Oh, McGilligan's Pool was my all-time favorite when I was a little kid.
No, because
I think Toasting the Classics needs to be out because we're already spilling over into next
think
week's
so.
material.
All right, man.
Which amazingly sounds like it might get us canceled more than what we talked about with the jazz singer. So
that can't be.
peace out, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We love you. Slava Ukraina. Let's win this war. Come on, guys. Get out there with those anti-tank weapons. The Germans are finally on board. The Danish are helping you. Come on. Kick some butt.
Peace.
Peace out.
That's it for episode 48 of Toasting the Classics. For those playing along at home, get some cold craft beer for our trip to Antarctica and H.P. Lovecraft's Mountains of Madness. If you'd like to get in touch, please send us an email at toastingtheclassics@gmail.com. Send us show ideas, comments, complaints, and let us know how much you love Working on the Highway and Savage Garden. Check out my blog at theattractivenuisance.com and follow us on Twitter at @reactivenuisance. Our music was written by Michelle McArthur. See you next time on Toasting the Classics.